Hello and welcome. My name is Machiavelli. I want to thank you all for watching this video and for entertaining me, because I will give you my rushed and hurried picks for UFC 318. Yes, I'm fully aware. I've mentioned it a few times. I have a consistency issue. This card in general is pretty terrible. The quality is nothing noteworthy. So I was sort of lacking the motivation to come up with picks. But either case, I had to get this video out for record keeping. So here we go. I'm just going to go through this main card, very quickly. Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Okay, so I think most of us have Zellhuber winning this fight. That is who I'm going to pick. My original point was that even though this fight on paper looks like it will be a wash, it probably will once the physicality gets going. Both guys start sweating about 5-10 minutes in. But Michael Johnson, even though he's an old man, 40 years old, an unk of the division, he is 15-15 in the UFC. He is still pretty crafty. He has his speed with him, which is pretty surprising at his age and division. So there's a chance that he is able to make this fight more competitive than we can think. But all in all, he is much older. He has more wear and tear damage on him. So even though he might feel confident, might look a little bit fast against Zellhuber, it's simply he's going to get caught and put away. Even though seeing Michael Johnson get brutally knocked out and possibly retired is not something I really want to see. But that's what I think will happen, so we can move on. Daniel Zellhuber will win. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Again, I think this fight is going to be a little bit easier to call. Most people are probably going to assume Ige, and that is who I will pick. The problem is for Pitbull at this point is pretty much what I mentioned the last time he fought, is that he's already made his debut. He's already lost. People aren't going to take him seriously. He's a former Bellator champion who isn't active, who isn't consistent. And now for this fight, he is pretty much going up against another crafty vet, a mirror match, if you will. Ige can pretty much do anything Pitbull can, but consistently. So pretty much, I think Ige is going to stay head fast in this fight. He's going to stick to a plan, be a little bit stubborn, if you will, and try and win a point decision fest. There is a chance that this fight can get scrappy and these two start slugging. I trust both of these guys to have power and they're in-pocket boxing, but I think Ige would be the one to get the better of these exchanges, winning the fight. Even if it does seem close on paper or the optics may make it look more competitive than we think. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. This fight's a little bit interesting to me also because at a first glance, I thought Daniel Rodriguez was super inactive. I thought we haven't seen him fight for like maybe 8-9 months, but to my surprise, he actually last fought on Des Moines. He knocked out Santiago Ponzinibbio, and I'll be honest, I actually do remember that fight, but it was so uneventful. It was just pretty quick and everyone moved on. It just made me easily forget. And also Ponzinibbio, he's just an old washed man. Alex Morono's not too great either, which are the last 2 wins Rodriguez has, but they are still wins for him. He's still staying active, has momentum going for him. The problem is that Kevin Holland this year in 2025, he is being extremely active and he is almost mirroring his 2020 run. Right now, Kevin Holland has currently had 3 fights in the UFC. This Rodriguez fight being his 4th and upcoming. He is currently 2-1 in 2025, and currently I am 1-1 in Kevin Holland picks in terms of the videos I make, I mean. So pretty much the way I see this fight is Daniel Rodriguez, he's a little bit older, slower now. He has crisp defensive boxing and a long reach. So I expect him to stand his ground, maybe stay in the center, land a few peppering shots. He'll look kind of decent. He'll look composed and ready to take a decision. But Kevin Holland, being a little bit younger, a little bit taller, longer too, he is definitely more active this year, as I mentioned, so he's going to be a little bit more wild. Of course, Kevin has the black belt. He's going to engage in the clinch, and while I don't necessarily see this match being on the ground, straight jiu-jitsu for any prolonged periods of time, I think Kevin is definitely going to engage the clinch, grappling, maybe drag him down just once or twice, but this match will not be a pure stand-up boxing, kickboxing match. I think Kevin Holland is going to win. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. I think this fight here is going to be the lock of the card. This is like the sure 100% guarantee. Roman Kopylov is going to destroy Paulo Costa. Roman Kopylov is going to do absolutely anything he wants and will humiliate Paulo Costa. That's what I really want to happen. That's what I will hope to happen. I will root for Roman Kopylov. This fight, it's kind of a joke to be a co-main event. Paulo Costa, I can say a lot of terrible things about him all day, but I am just going to save my breath and just say that Kopylov will get the job done. I won't lie to you, there are ways in which Roman Kopylov can kinda throw this fight. There are a few different ways I can see him perhaps get starstruck or caught up in the moment per se, and he might just have a bit of a stinky performance, allowing Costa to impose his will. But that is the terrible timeline. If that happens, everything is lost. Paulo Costa is an absolute bum. There is absolutely no skill in his game. Without exaggeration, without speaking in hyperbole, he does not have a single win over anyone signed to the roster. So Roman Kopylov is going to get the win. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. This fight is also meaningless. They're fighting for a fake toy belt. Ilya already humiliated, knocked out Max. The BMF belt should belong to him. It should be retired altogether, but here we are. I think Dustin Poirier is going to get the win. He's going to retire on top. He's going to take the BMF belt with him and sail off to the sunset. I understand most people are picking Holloway to win, and for good reason too. You know, the usual, he's younger, he has the belt, the fake belt, he has more time in his career, all this sort of stuff, and that's true. People are saying Poirier, literally this is his last fight, so he's halfway out. He is content to just have a competitive and fun fight. And there is definitely a conversation to be had about Max Holloway's skills at lightweight since he knocked out Gaethje, his run that he had since moving down, etc., etc. But pretty much Dustin already has his number. I think Dustin is going to be able to pull out this last win quite simply because he is the better boxer. He is more experienced and he knows how to get the job done for Max's style and body type. Also, if I'm being honest, if that White House card does happen, you see how a lot of fighters are already asking to be on it. Dustin himself said he'd withhold his retirement to fight on that card, and I believe him. I honestly think that in the back of his mind, Dustin is preparing for that idea to fight at the White House, so he's going to give it his all to win, as he would either way. But if he gets a really good active win, he might just stick around and wait. At least he will make his retirement official if the White House card does or does not happen. Regardless, I simply think Dustin is going to get the win. I know he is an underdog, so this is kind of a sneaky pick, but it's a whole crafty veteran experience thing. He's already beat him twice, which people seem to forget or not want to count because of Max's lightweight run with Gaethje, but we'll see. So in conclusion, here are my picks for UFC 318. I want to thank you all again for watching, the one person besides me. It's all on me. I know I'm literally uploading this hours before the main card starts. I just wanted this for consistency. If I didn't upload this video, it would certainly eat me up on the inside, but either way, here you go. I'll definitely be on it when the cards are built with quality, but I think I'm just going to hold off and see what's good. Anyway, just thank you all. Enjoy the card. See you next time and take care.